return to your yoga mat. I know for me, it's so nice to know I have a set time and a safe space for self-improvement.
For today's energy check, we are going to examine our sacral chakra. Remember, the sacral chakra is our sexual and creative energy with a front and a back. This class is more specifically going to determine if that chakra is too open. So I'm going to ask a series of questions and I want you to answer to yourself with complete honesty. If you can answer the question easily, then you have most likely triumphed over this struggle. And if it's a little harder to answer or you feel some resistance, then this will be the area you can focus on during today's sequence of poses. Here we go. Do I find myself being overeager to opportunities and/or people? Have your emotions and/or reactions felt intense lately? Are you over-sexualizing yourself? Do you feel anxiety in your free time when you're not working? Can you be egotistical by judging others and/or not reciprocating kind gestures? Do you have addictive behaviors that you hesitate to stop? If you answer no to these questions, then you are not too open. And let's take a moment to congratulate yourself. So you might not have always had that part of your life in order, but you do now. So well done. And whatever you answered yes to, that is an issue where it might be too open, and we'll take the time now to address it. We need to tighten the lower abdominal muscles. That sacral chakra that shines forward, we need to pull down on that eagerness and that intensity, pull down on the anxiety, the ego, and the sexuality so that it can be more in balance. We will start in Shavasana with some breath work. Laying all the way down flat on our mats, we will reconnect to the ground. Extend your arms and legs out wide and relax all the way down. Start with a nice breath in through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. As you settle your body, slowly letting go of any control that you're holding on to. As you slowly return to your place of peace, knowing that peace is not on the outside, but peace is on the inside. We can think about any of those questions that we might have had a little resistance to. Whether it's some anxiety, over sexuality, whatever it is, we're gonna hold on to that thought right now and imagine ourselves tightening that area, getting that sacral energy a little bit more in balance. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky and actively reach for more, tilting your head back. Add your arms and legs as well. All four limbs reaching through the sky. Point the toes, reach the fingertips up. Inhale. And on the exhale, curl all the limbs in. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, opening up, allowing ourselves to be open. Exhale, bringing it all in, finding our boundaries and our limits. Last one, inhale, open up, allow your whole body to breathe. Exhale, curling it in. Excellent job. We'll now release the arms down by the side. Keep the legs stretched straight up tall. Plow pose here. We're going to bring our calves as close to our face as we can. So in this pose, our legs are straight and strong. If it is in your practice to do a full plow pose, then you can place your hands under your hips and reach the toes all the way back to the ground above your head. Use your hands on the small of your back to support you here and relax through the jaw and through the chin. Deep stretch here, holding for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last breath in. On the exhale, we roll down the spine. Allow the legs to extend almost all the way out to touch and bring the legs back in. We're gonna boomerang our legs out, pull them back in. Right away, strengthening those lower abs, waking up that front lower abdominal sacral energy. 2 more, down, back up. Last one, down, back up, and hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little relief here, and you can enjoy this pose in stillness or with a gentle sway side to side. Last inhale, and on the exhale, we return to stillness. Beautiful. We're now going to roll up and down the spine. This is an exercise that we did a lot as children, and we sort of lost it along the way, but we're gonna return to that in this yoga practice. So hold on to the knees, tuck the chin in towards the chest, and rock back and forth along the spine. Beautiful. We'll do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way up to seated. Excellent job. Send the hips all the way back for staff pose. Beautiful. Extend the legs out long, toes pointed up towards the heavens. We'll inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Holding on to the shins or the ankles or the heels, wherever is accessible to you today. A nice rounded back and a heavy head. Use the hold of your hands to pull you deeper into the pose. Find your limit. Challenge yourself without hurting yourself. This is a practice for the body, but it's also a practice for the mind and for the spirit. As we learn to find our emotional limits, our creative limits, our sexual limits, and rest and relax, knowing that we have listened to our body. Holding for 1 more deep breath in. On the exhale, we slowly rise to seated staff pose once more. So we'll do a seated side bend here. Hug the left knee in towards the inside of the right leg. We'll do a side bend, so the torso is going to be facing that bent left knee. Right hand glides down right leg, left arm reaches all the way up and over, windmilling to its limit. Beautiful. Keep that left hip tucked down. Relax through the head and through the neck. Allow this to be just a left side body stretch through the left ribs. Rotate your chest up to the sky. Look up if it's comfortable for the neck. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. If it's in your practice to have the left hand reaching down towards the foot, go ahead and do so. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. On the exhale, we release, waving that arm back up to seated, feeling the energy coursing through our bodies. We'll now turn to face the extended right leg. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, head to knee fold, rounded back. Holding here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale deeper. Inhale. Exhale, we rise. Great job, yogis. Let's do that on the other side. Extend the left leg out. Pull the right foot in. Face your torso towards that bent left knee.
Left hand glides down the left leg, right arm reaches all the way up and over. That feels amazing. Respecting that one side might feel different, we're just going to find our limit, push down through that left hip or that right hip, and rotate that right shoulder back behind the ear. Holding onto the foot if that's in your practice, and holding for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we rise. Great job. Turning towards that extended left leg. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, head to knee fold. Guiding that head and that sight line over the knee as our anchor and as our judge. We rotate the shoulders down so that both shoulders are facing down towards the mat, holding for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. On the exhale, slowly roll up to seated. Beautiful. Bringing both feet in now for our butterfly. Holding onto the ankles and avoiding the toes. We sit up nice and tall, lifting and lengthening all the way through the crown of our head. In this pose, we'll start with a forward bend. We want to keep our back straight, and we're only going to pull into our limit. Now this means that we might not be pulling in too far. So for me, this is pretty much where I feel comfortable. So find where that is for you and hold, keeping the back straight. Spine is straight from the crown of our head down to the tailbone. Great stretch through the inner groin, inner thighs. Holding here for 1 more deep breath in. And on the exhale, we can release and relax into the pose. Let's extend the feet out a little bit, and we are going to practice a yoga principle called Abhyanga. That means that we massage ourselves. What we're gonna do is rub onto our feet. So as we rub our feet, I'll just explain that Abhyanga is an amazing practice. It's one of the things that really made me fall in love with yoga, because even more so, because it's about serving yourself. A lot of times when we get a massage, we feel like we can't get it unless someone else does it to us. And those feel great too, but with Abhyanga, that means that if you have a part of your body that you feel needs to be rubbed, or if you just know better, right? Like our feet is a place that we work a lot. And so we're gonna take this time to rub all the way down through the toes, pulling through the toes, releasing any stress, working our way all the way down to the heels. This is also the practice of reflexology, where every part of the body is connected to a part of the foot. Holding here for 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, release. I always feel better after that. Okay, so our next pose is tabletop. So we're gonna flip on to our hands and knees for tabletop pose. Stacking our bones, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll start with a cat-cow sequence. Inhale, curl the spine upward, point the tailbone to the sky for cow. In this cow pose, rock front to back. In this cow rock, we feel the sensation moving along the spine, through the rib cage here. Beautiful. Last breath in. On the exhale, we will round to cat. In cat pose, tuck the tailbone in, drop the head. Feel the stretch here in the upper back between the shoulder blades. And once again, rock front to back. Notice how that sensation changes. Notice where the stretch moves. We'll do that once more in either direction. So inhale to cow. Rock front and back. Go ahead and explore your sensuality and your sexuality in this pose.
Exhale to cat rocking. This feels amazing for the upper back for me. And we'll return to a neutral tabletop pose. Great job, yogis. From this tabletop pose, we're going to continue to work on that low ab strength. So really hug in the lower abdominals. Eliminate any of that sway that's in the lower back. So we don't want to be doing cow throughout the tabletop pose. So really hug in the lower abdominals. And I want you to imagine that your belly button is being pulled in towards the spine. So as if you're pulling it up through the low back here, through that sacral chakra. So we'll hold here for 3 breaths. So inhale, exhale, you can release the belly. Inhale, hug that belly button into the spine and squeeze. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale, hug the belly button in. And exhale, relax. Beautiful. We'll do that same breath work, but this time tucking the toes and lifting the knees. So on the inhale, we'll hover. Here we go. Nice deep breath in. Lift. Squeeze the belly button to the spine. Exhale, lower the knees, soften the belly. 2 more. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, drop and relax. Last one we'll hold. Inhale, lift, squeeze the belly button, draw it even closer to the spine. And relax, dropping the knees. Child's pose, knees wide, toes together. Hips towards the heels, extend the arms all the way out. A variation here in this child's pose, you can bring your hands together in prayer and bring the thumbs all the way to the back of the neck. Getting a nice tricep stretch here and encouraging the chest to lower down towards the mat. We'll hold here for 3 breaths. Last inhale. On the exhale, release the Anjali Mudra prayer hands back down. Lift the gaze straight up, still staying in the child's pose, but walk the hands as far to the right as you can. Side body stretch here. Really pushing into that left hip to keep it centered so that the stretch is through the left rib cage coming into the left shoulder. Holding here for 1 more breath in. And on the exhale, walking the hands back to center. Let's do that on the other side. Walking the hands as far to the left as we can. Reaching and planting that right hand down. Choosing the spot of the stretch. As you inhale, expand the lungs and get an even deeper stretch. And on the exhale, walk the hands back to center. Beautiful. From here, we'll go into our downward facing dog. From this child's pose, bring the knees in together a little bit, and we can come up to a seated position. We'll interlace our fingers behind our back, bringing our thumbs and our knuckles down low, opening through the chest and lifting our gaze. Beautiful. Once again, squeezing through the abdominals as our anchor and our support as we engage through a slight back bend here, drawing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Excellent. We'll do 1 final breath in. And on the exhale, forward fold, bringing the hands back behind us. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last breath in. And on the exhale, gently releasing the hands back towards the tailbone and rising up for tabletop pose. We'll go into our first downward facing dog. Hands out in front of us, fingers spread wide. Tuck the toes, send the hips up. Excellent.
Really trying to drop those heels a little bit closer to the mat, enjoying a calf stretch and in through the legs. Push the chest even closer towards the thighs. Arms are strong and head is dangling. Great pose here to really get creative, see things from a different perspective. Enjoying the moment. Holding for one more deep breath in. On the exhale, hop or jump to the top of the mat. Ragdoll fold. Beautiful. A generous bend in the knees. Allow the torso to lay over the thighs. We'll plant the left hand down in the center right in front of us, reaching the right arm all the way up for a twist. Looking up at the right hand if it's comfortable for the neck. Holding here for one deep breath in. Exhale, release. Switching hands, right palm down, left arm rises. Beautiful. Last inhale. On the exhale, we return, bending into the knees and slowly rolling to stand. Mountain pose. Go ahead and do a big shoulder roll once you reach the top. Palms face forward and smile. The sacral chakra is all about finding the pleasure and the enjoyment in the little moments, and this is certainly one of them. So we find our breath. We'll add in with 3 arm sweeps as well. Inhale, arms spread wide, palms touch. Exhale, release back down. 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Feel all the energy that you are embracing. Exhale, release down. Last one, be present that you are alive, that you are well. And releasing all the way back. Beautiful. Great job. From here, we'll do chair pose. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Hands come to heart center, and we sink our hips down. Get even lower into this pose, really challenging yourself. And then we'll open up to the right. Hands reach out in either direction here. Holding for one deep breath in. You've got this. Deep inhale. On the exhale, both hands sweep down and rise up. Right knee comes up with it. So this is our tree pose with the right knee elevated. Strong through the left leg. We hold for one breath in. On the exhale, we lower the right leg all the way, lunging back into high lunge. Wherever you landed is not where you have to stay. Make any adjustments you need, sinking as low as you can for a more intense pose, and getting that left knee directly over the left ankle. Once you're steady, we're gonna open our arms towards the left. A little unusual in this pose, but great for the spinal twist and the low abs, so really hug in the lower abdominals. Reverse warrior, left hand down, right arm up. So we're getting a full side body stretch here through the right side. Holding for one inhale. On the exhale, bend into that top right elbow and hug it down to kiss that left knee. Once you're there, open up to the right. This feels a little bit more usual to our warrior 2. Gazing over the left fingers here, we pause for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Last breath in. And on the exhale, we take a giant step to the top of the mat. Let's seal that energy with a vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive, bending at the waist. Inhale, halfway lift, back is parallel to the mat. Fingertips come to the shins. Exhale, forward fold once more. This time planting the hands, bending the knees, stepping each foot back into plank pose. Strong through the low ab here. Lower the glutes. Chaturanga, we push up down to our belly.
Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra. Nice back bend. Exhale, lowering back down. Child's pose. Send the hips towards the heels. Choose the width of your knees and relax all the way down. Great job. Very proud of you in this practice. Building strength and learning your limits. Give yourself a compliment and we'll hold here for 2 breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we rise, yogis. Tabletop pose. Downward facing dog. Extend the hands out in front of you. Tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky. This time, coming all the way up onto the toes. Getting a little deeper into the stretch. And bending into both knees. Pedaling it out. Beautiful. Holding here for 1 more breath in. On the exhale, hop, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Ragdoll fold. A much deserved relief for the upper body. Allow the arms to dangle. And allow the spine to decompress. In the midst of our workout, in the midst of building strength, we find these little moments, these little pockets of time to catch our breath, to relax, and to regulate our emotions. We'll hold here for 1 more breath in. The exhale, bend into the knees and roll up even slower than we did the first time. Allow your head to be the last thing that rises. Shoulder roll once you reach the top. Mountain pose, palms face forward. Squeeze through the quads, allow the kneecaps to lift. Tuck that tailbone down and squeeze in through the lower abdominals. We'll do our 3 cleansing breaths from here with our arm sweeps. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale. Last one, inhale, love, so that we can exhale, love. Great job. All right, we're doing that sequence again, chair pose. Feet are hip width distance apart, hands to heart center, and we lower all the way down. Beautiful, even lower this time, really challenging ourselves. Hands come to the heart and we breathe. On the exhale, we open our hands out to the left this time, reaching our hands in opposite directions. Beautiful. Last inhale. On the exhale, both hands come down and wave all the way up. Left knee rises with it. Tree pose, hugging that left knee in towards the chest. Beautiful. Holding for 1 more breath in. On the exhale, lunge that left foot back. High lunge. Beautiful. Checking in with the legs, strong through the legs, hugging that core. Twist open to the right. Beautiful. Arms reach out in either direction. Excellent. And we'll reverse the warrior. Right hand down, left hand up. So from the left toes to the left fingers, we're doing a full crescent image here. Beautifully powerful pose. Inhale all the way up and open to the left. Warrior 2, a more traditional stance. We gaze over the right fingers and we breathe. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. And on the exhale, we take a giant step to the top of the mat. Great job, yogis. Let's seal it. Vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward down. Plant the hands, step each foot back into a strong plank. Beautiful. Chaturanga, lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra.
Exhale, relax all the way back down. Child's pose. You know what's next. Relaxation and self-confirmation. You are amazing and full of energy, full of life. And this is your time to reflect on that. Compliment yourself. 2 breaths. Last inhale. And on the exhale, we rise, yogis. Tabletop pose. Bring your knees back underneath your hips. Beautiful. We'll lower all the way down to the belly this time. Beautiful. From here, we'll do some pectoral stretches. So extend the left hand all the way out, strong and straight, resting on the ground. The right hand will come underneath the right shoulder, and the elbow is bent, sort of like a push-up. We'll roll onto our left side, rolling onto our left shoulder, onto our left hip, enjoying a nice stretch here through the pectoral. You can play with the placement of the left hand. For some, having the arms straight out is enough of a stretch. For others, you sort of have to finger walk your hand a little bit higher, and maybe you'll enjoy the stretch there more. Another option to intensify is to extend the right foot all the way back behind you. Wherever you are today, know that you'll do more next time, and we'll hold for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. And on the exhale, we return to our bellies. We'll do that on the other side. Right hand out, long and straight. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Rolling on to the right side, the right ear, the right shoulder, the right hip. Playing with the placement of the right hand and extending the left foot behind you if that's in your practice. Holding here for 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. And on the exhale, we return to our belly. Locust pose. Legs are out long and the arms are reaching out behind us as well. On the inhale, we lift the head, the neck, the chest, the arms, and the legs, resting the entire body on the belly, on that sacral chakra. And down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, up and squeeze, lifting everything up. Exhale, down. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale, up and squeeze. Hold it, smile. And on the exhale, release down. Great job, yogis. We can flip onto our backs from here. Excellent. We'll hug our knees in towards our chest for 1 more embrace as we slow things down. We'll end today's class with the same sequence that we started with. So we'll reach our feet all the way up to the heavens, pointing the toes, and we'll reach our arms up as well. This is our pose of being open, for longing for more. And on the exhale, we'll hug everything in, keeping our energy sacred and to ourselves. Not everything is meant to share. 2 more. Inhale, up. We are open. We are bright. Exhale, we hug it all in, even bringing our chin to our chest. Last one, up and open. Exhale, private time, calm to ourselves. We relax everything down for our final resting pose of Shavasana. How wonderful it is to return to a place of rest, to a place of peace. In this moment, we choose to be calm. We choose to have a moment of self-reflection. So we'll start with our breath. Nice deep inhale in through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Inhaling in, opening up our chest. Exhaling, relaxing our shoulders. inhale, filling up that sacral energy all the way to the low belly. And exhaling, relaxing it down to the ground, resting the hips. As we continue in this laying Shavasana pose, I will guide us through our closing meditation. I am open to my emotions and I set healthy boundaries. I use my eagerness and excitement to motivate logical action steps. I monitor my emotional and sexual levels so that I can control them and they don't control me. I choose to humble myself and ask God for guidance and deliverance from what limits me. My passion is my gift. This will be our mantra. We will repeat it 3 times and then enjoy some silence. My passion is my gift. My passion is my gift. My passion is my gift. Take a nice deep breath in, yogis, through the nose. And on the exhale, wiggle the fingers and wiggle the toes as a gentle way to bring the mind back to the body. Reach arms overhead, good morning stretch. And on the exhale, roll to one side and come up to a seated position. Easy pose in the middle of our mat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I pray that you feel stronger and more flexible in your body, more focused and more intentional in your mind, and more grateful and at peace in your spirit. Namaste and God bless.